Today's video is a healing vlog. I traveled to Chiangmai recently with my family. It's a province in the north of Thailand that's filled with tourist attractions but also cultural temples and nature. I didn't film the temples, so we will focus on the nature. Let's start with the resort we stayed at on our first night. There's a little attic room in the top floor of the house we slept in. I considered sleeping here because it was so cozy and I liked the window, but since there was no air conditioning, I thought the temperature would be more comfortable downstairs, which is why I ended up sleeping there instead. This is the view I woke up to in the morning. It was about 7:30 when I headed out for a walk. The air was really fresh and clean, and the golden light left over from sunrise gave the trees a different kind of glow. As you continue along the path, you'll pass the other guest houses and the slopes covered with vegetation. Believe it or not, there are coffee trees here and there, and we've been able to find some. As it turns out, the coffee beans are actually reddish-brown before they're picked and roasted. You can see some here, along with the side of this hill that is covered with coffee trees. We found this bunch of banana trees along the path, and as we passed them, I noticed some patches of green moss growing on the road. I like how it created a sort of abstract pattern, so I've included some footage here. At the end of the stairs, I spotted these flowers. I think the blend of blue and purple petals is beautiful. There were more flowers in other places around the resort too, but I'm only going to show this red one growing behind the house. I really like the texture and pattern of the petals, and according to a couple different people, this flower is edible. Now on to the next place we visited. It's a hot spring where you can purchase eggs to boil. The pools are through a forest-covered path, and even though you might feel like going in for a soak, the water here is 90 to 100 degrees Celsius, which is not safe to bathe in. If you keep going through the forest path, you will reach an area where the water is good for bathing. There are public pools which are free and private pools which aren't. I only dipped my toes in since I didn't bring a swimsuit, but even without the onsen experience, I was very satisfied with our nice walk through the forest. Before leaving the hot springs, I found a random chili tree nearby and took a clip of it because I thought it was funny to put a chili tree here. After leaving, we found a restaurant where we could have lunch. This place seemed to be connected to some sort of farm, as we found this pond of fish, a small field of rice, some sheep, and a few other animals. That said, the first thing I noticed were chickens walking around freely. They jumped onto the tables and sometimes pecked at food, but I don't think they hurt anyone. Chickens are somewhat common in Thailand, but I was pretty shocked to find a peacock strolling through the restaurant. It got quite close to people without showing any signs of distress. After lunch, we visited a waterfall. Like the hot springs, we had to go through a forest path to get to it. Now on to the place we stayed at for the second night. This resort was well hidden in the mountains. The view is quite nice, but the rooms are small, with sliding doors made of glass. I'm showing shots of the area during the day here, but the next shot was taken at 6:30 in the morning, just before sunrise. We went up the mountain in time for the sky to glow orange and the light to break through from behind the hills. During the day, we found a place to go strawberry picking. In Thailand, you can only do this in the north because strawberries can't grow in the other regions, which have a hotter climate. From what we've been told, these strawberries are organic, so they're not very big, though they are more expensive. Furthermore, it was hard to find good strawberries because most of them have been partially eaten before you can get to them, so it took a long time to gather the amount that I wanted. But it was fun, and the strawberries were sweet. The next place is yet another resort in the mountains, though we came here for lunch rather than to stay here. As we waited for our food, we met a dog named Lincoln. The waiter told us there was a second dog with black fur named Trump. I wanted to meet Trump, but he didn't show up, so we only got to play with Lincoln. The next day we woke up late, had a chill morning, and went to a flower garden in the evening. You do have to pay to get in, but I think it was worth it because their flowers are beautiful. Despite being a flower garden, there was a little section with vegetables and fruits. There's some bok choy growing here along with lettuce, other things you put in a salad, kale, and even some zucchini, bell pepper, and melons. Other than the miniature vegetable garden, there was an air-conditioned greenhouse displaying lilies, roses, tulips, orchids, and many other flowers. To finish off the vlog, I'm going to end with the orchids. There was a lot of them, with many different sizes, patterns, and colors. I took enough photos of varying angles to have many references for drawing or painting these later. I might do digital art with them if I have time. For now, I hope you enjoyed this nature-themed healing vlog. Remember to find time to relax and appreciate the beauty around you. Finally, thank you for watching.